Why, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Uh, Sorry, I need to set up a few things. Don't mind me here. Uh, I think everything is all right. But yeah, why, hello. Um, yeah, my name is Shane. Welcome to audaCore. Um, yeah, I just thought I'll do a random stream, like completely out of the blue. I just felt like, I need to get some content down. Ooh, you know, try and get some eyes on my latest video. So here I am, and yeah, today I am going to do a breakdown video of my latest remix that I uploaded on this channel, and it is based on a Sonic CD, and it's Quartz Quadrant, fast version, and yeah, um, it's really cool. I think I'm back to form. It's been a long time since I've actually uploaded anything. Um, and yeah, it's been a very long time. It's been nearly around 8 or 9 months or something. Um, but yeah, I want to come out with some remixes and, explain why I've been away and, you know, uh, just get a few things like down and where to move going forward. So yeah, so why I've been away. Actually, no. First, I'm going to start with a bit of an intro because I want to do short form content. So yeah, my name is Shane. Welcome to audaCore. This is a channel mainly for remixes that I want to do in the style of liquid drum and bass, classic house, and trance. And yeah, these are all passion projects of mine. And yeah, I'm just putting it up on YouTube for everyone to hear. And, you know, primarily it's just to get my skills down as a mix artist as well as a music producer of some kind. I don't really like to do my own thing that much, I realized. I always get back into a random feedback loop where I'm like, this is not good, this is not good, and then nothing gets progress. So what I love doing is taking other people's work and put my own spin on it, for lack of a better term. Um, but yeah, that's this channel. Hope you like it and you get to see the progress from 4 years ago that I first started the channel up until now. So why I've been away, the reason why I've been away for so long was due to extreme burnout. I was making remixes and I was just getting tired. I was like, I lost my passion for it. And yeah, it was just burnout. Just life was going in a downhill spiral. I had to sort myself out mentally as well as physically. And, now I'm taking steps in my life where, I'm working towards that goal of being healthy and being ready for, what I want to do. And that is, really ramping up the remix potential. Like I want this to be my purpose, So yeah, I said to myself, what's the thing that you could control the most, and that's your health. Been doing a lot of weight loss stuff lately, and yeah, it's going well, I think. So yeah, so that's one major component. The next component is that um I was meant to do a sound engineering course and that completely fell through, mainly due to scheduling problems with my work and the course itself. And with that, I had to withdraw from the program very like before it even started, and that made me go into a bit of a downward spiral, so to speak. Uh, I thought to myself, nothing was going right, and yeah, it was a bit bleh. But with the time and money I spent trying to do that course, I reinvested it into programs, or VSTs rather, so I could actually learn like proper mixing and mastering skills on my own. And I've literally been, grinding it out and, producing the best sound possible with the gear that I have. I'm not in no studio. I'm in the bedroom. I'm the bedroom producer, So I want to prove that in any environment you could still make good music, and music that sounds well. Hopefully in the next few remixes that I put out, the music will sound much better than all of my previous efforts. So hopefully. So yeah. Also, if you know the channel from a while back, I know that nobody really watches the live stuff, but I'm also multi-streaming on Twitch. So, but also, if you know about my channel, I have made a Sonic Retro Mix album, and this album is like 12 songs, like 12 Sonic remixes that I've made over the years. And yeah, because I uploaded them all at the same time, when I finished the project, like it wasn't getting no views and it pretty much tanked the channel. I didn't do no waterfall method, and plus it was all like music that I already uploaded on the channel already, just remastered, and sounds really good, and links to the actual album that I actually uploaded in FLAC form and MP3 form. I'm going to reintroduce those videos sooner rather than later, just to give myself a buffer for new remixes. But as it stands, I have five remixes that I've done over the past 2 months, and one of them I just released last week, and this is the one, Quartz Quadrant past version. This is going to be a quick breakdown. I'm not going to spend too much of your time. But yeah, I'm going to start with the actual project. So, if you haven't heard the song before, I'll put on the actual version first, the real version. Alright, let me start from the beginning. Hopefully you could hear it. Yeah. So as you could see with this song, there's not too many elements clashing with each other. It's very distinct. It's got very unique drums and shuffle, and with the actual speed of the song, it's really good for liquid drum and bass, I felt. But what I really loved was the bass line. It's very distinct. I really love this song, man. So what I wanted to do was embellish the main bass and get the drums sounding really good. It's liquid drum and bass, so yeah. Also, I just wanted a 90s feel because Sonic CD had a very good 90s feel. So yeah, so what I got down first was the bass because I thought the bass was the most the most important thing. So what I did was to go back into, you know, the archives, so to speak, and yeah, there is a machine back in the days called the Akai S950, and this machine had test tones if you had no samples in the machine, and the test tones have a sine wave test tone, which is really over abused back in the days. Had a simple waveform test tone, like test tones rather. They had triangle, saw wave, all that sort of stuff. But that machine was very, it was very famous for its sine wave test tone, which people used for sub bass. So this is what my test tones sound like. You wouldn't hear this on normal speakers. You will need to have headphones. And yeah, completely in mono. And this is basically it. Like, you know, nothing, no nothing. It's just this test tone. Made sure it goes in mono. Just cut off some of the high frequencies because, you know, to cut off some space. What I should have done was put this in natural phase, but that's for another time. Bear in mind, like, this is an old project that I ended up doing. Yeah, this is an old project that I ended up doing before I revamped my project canvas. So now I have separate buses for like to collate everything, and then I could export that out and into 4 stems, and then create a new project and master them using those 4 stems. So that's the bass. The drums, very simple. It's just an aim and break. It's just a simple aim and break, but I just rearranged the aim and break. So but I think with this one, I actually did do a lot of put an extra kick and snare, whatever. I think this is just bounced down, so all the this is the bus that's basically the how should I put this? Like, I bounced the track down, so all the elements that I put into it, it's already in here, and it just called itself aim and break, whatever, I don't know. But it uses elements of an aim and break, and it's got another break in there also. And it's got a custom snare and a custom kick layered on top. And then, yeah, fully processed, yada yada. With the bass, So I thought these were the two best elements that I could use for this track, and gave it the blueprint that it needs. Sick. So next we have the organ, right? So the organ, what did I do with the organ? Got two M1s. So I am using the Korg M1. Korg M1 is a very famous synth, very famous one-player synth with some of the most classic sounds from the 90s. I've used 2 piano sets, I think. Let's see. I got their classic M1 house piano here, and the legendary organ 2. So the organ 2 was used in very classic songs such as Gypsy Girl, probably the most famous one. And yeah, this was to give it its 90s flavor. I really wanted this to be like nostalgic for the 90s. So yeah, if I was to put these elements one by one, and I put a bit of delay and reverb also. And with the bass, and now I'm going to introduce the organ. Now to put all these elements together with the bass. And now with the drums. And that's pretty much the fundamental of the track, really. That's all you need. Okay, so next, what do we have here? The vibraphone. So this took me the most time because I needed sounds that could actually fit the track. So we have a marimba here. All of these sounds coming from the M1. I wanted to restrict the song sounds coming from the M1 or the chord Triton. I don't know if the chord Triton's in this song. I don't know, but don't know if you could hear that properly. Oh, there we go. We got 2 kalimbas, and then I basically did a Haas effect where you got one version on the left, one version on the right. The right sounds a bit more pronounced. And what do we have here? Ah, this is the build up. Spectrum bell. The Korg M1 has some really good effects. Really good ones. I love using the M1. One of the best one-player synths ever made. So with all that together, with the organ, actually I'll do it from here. with the bass. You could hear the progression going on. And then the bells come in. Here comes the drums. Nice. Okay. So the main melodies these are pianos, I think. Let's see. This is a vocal. Let me see. I can't remember what I did. I actually did this project about a month and a half ago, so I have to remind myself what I did. So the best thing about the Korg M1 is that it has a really good library of Wampler voice patches. Wamplers were very good for voice patches, so you could make choir sounds and that kind of stuff. And it was all like they weren't really synths, but they were taken from actual samples rather than making it from a synth. That's what sets a Wampler apart. So I had a choir here, and I have a choir here, but it's using the Korg Triton this time. Triton is pretty much like their Korg M1, bit more advanced, bit more fully featured, and got many more patches. This is with the vibraphone. So whenever I say vibraphone, it's coming from the vibraphone that was in the original song. But these are the kalimbas. Using the organs. Oh, the organs haven't come in yet. Oh yeah, it has. Bass. Drums. Okay, next. Pads and strings. This was custom, I believe, that I did. It needed warmth. Pads are really good with warmth. But if you overblow the pads, then it makes everything sound muddy, and it makes things very bloated as well. I think I used 2 Korg Triton patches and blending them together, and I love doing pads. It's one of my favorite things to do. I also used an auto pan, so it goes from left to right very, very subtly. And using a set of strings from the Korg M1. These strings were very pronounced in the 90s. Could hear it in, like, you know, quite a few legendary tracks. So let's hear this in motion. The main melody doesn't kick in yet because this is the chorus. Put the kalimbas in. Then the organ. The bass. And then the drums. Alright. Next, piano. Piano was mainly in this section, so, you know, just put you know, an old school Korg M1 house piano in there. Dashed a tiny bit of echo also, and just compressed it a tiny bit because it was a bit too dynamic. With jumping with quiet and high volume, need to tame that down a bit. Get some pads in there. Main melody doesn't come out yet. Put the kalimbas in. Get the organs. Get the bass. Drums. And I think that's the main core of the song. You have an ongoing up as well. So you could faintly hear this in the background. We're now going into the FX stuff, so it's like it's all the air candy. Very subtle. Accent comes in. Yeah, that ping ping ping. And then it got some ambient noise, you won't be able to hear that. Then just the FX, you know, just the air candy to glue everything together. And then put it all together. And getting this to mix down well was a bit of a challenge, because you need to prioritize what sounds you're going to use. That should be the most predominant in the track. Ooh. Organ. Bass. Also with the bass, there's decapitator saturation, so it sort of like sounds much more fuller and takes up more frequencies across the spectrum. And the drums. And that's it really. That's it. Hold on, let me try something. I don't think you could see my... Yeah. You can't see my Korg M1 windows. Let me see if I can fix that. Get the capture going. Right, 1 second. There we go. Okay. So, Korg M1. Bang. Really cool stuff. They're called Triton. Boom. Really cool stuff, man. That's it, really. And it's just about arranging and, you know, trying to figure out, you know, how to arrange stuff and what elements to put in, stuff like that. And then I use the original as a guide. So, you know, this is the comparison. So the thing with my remixes is that I want to stay close to the source material as possible, but putting my own spin on things and, you know, see if it could work in another genre. And yeah, that is basically the crux of my whole project this time round. And yeah, apart from that, I just bounced it down and then mastered it, and then now sounds really good. Balance everything out, then yeah, give it to you lot and then let you hear it, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much the breakdown. So I'm going to leave a snippet of like the next track I might chuck on, right? Let me think. What should I drop next? I have to choose one out of 4. I'm just thinking what would be the best fit. I'll do it. You know what? I'll do it in. Yeah, I think I'll do it in order of when I finished it. So the second one, I'm going to turn off the screen for a second. Turn this off for a second so I could see my stuff. I want to keep it a bit of a secret. You know what? No, just wait. I don't wanna spoil it. Don't wanna spoil these next projects, but yeah, you keep going without it. But yeah, yeah, it's a very short stream, as far as my music stuff is concerned. I am on Twitch, and my name is S2K Teddy on Twitch. I might play some 2XKO, get a few games in, and then jam afterwards. But I just really wanted to do this so I could get some content up and, you know, do some editing, get some short form going, and, you know, promote my track a tiny bit and see if I could get more people to listen to my stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little breakdown of my latest remix. I'll do these for every remix that I put out, all my new ones anyways. And yeah, until next time, yeah, see you later, YouTube. I'm going to play some 2XKO. Yeah, have fun, and yeah, see you in the next one. Peace.